ignore the ignore the windmill in the background there. Ignore him. Ignore him. It is me. Hi everyone. Let's have a look at who's here. Mr. Wigglybot, Pugmat, Mastercrafter. Oh, Fossilbot is here too. So is H Potter. Welcome, guys. Today, Lord Cheese E Palooza has awakened nearby. Today, what we're going to do. Oh, Zoe's here too. Hi, Zoe. Today we are going to fight zombies. Hi, Pyrofire. A fan going ham. It's just a graphical glitch. Like it looks all crazy, right? Oh my god, it's crazy. Something's wrong. Something's so wrong. And no, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, it's so crazy. What's going on? No, it's fine. It's just a distance thing. For some reason, above a certain distance, it goes crazy. I'll leave that. You get too close, it slows down. That must be it. Anyway, so today, yeah, we want to fight zombies. Not Zoe the zombies. Other zombies. And we want to... Oh, what just happened there? My arm just jerked back really hard. We want to try to... well, we have deep mob learning, right? So we want to get deep... We want to get deep mob learning going. Not Zoe the zombies. He's lovely. Yeah, so we want to fight zombies and level up our thing. So we might... there's a couple of things we need to do today. Number one, we need to figure out... because I've forgotten, it's been such a long time since I've done a deep mob learning fight, which is not called deep mob learning anymore. But I have forgotten... how big the arena needs to be. I want to say 13 by 13. In which case, this is probably big enough. But we do need to check the size that it's meant to be. Wow, that broke a lot more than I thought it would. 21 by 20. Oh, I don't think it's 128 by 128. 21 by 21 is possible as well. I suppose actually we could just have a look at the quests. Are there quests for that mod? There are not. Yeah, there aren't. Okay, so let's instead go to, what's it called? Hostile neural networks. Who style? Hostile neural networks. And we want to build the... Oh, hang on. No, they're not trials anymore. Oh, man. Is there a Manuel? Doesn't look like it. In fact, it doesn't look like there's anything from this mod. I was gonna hope to do... Oh, man. That was my whole thing today. That was my big plan. I was gonna fight the boss and get glitch armor. Yeah, there's not even glitch armor. Oh, man. I'll slash undo. What's the point of doing this? How do we make a spawner? Maybe we just make a spawner. Final boss spawner. So we've got a spawner from Apotheosis. They can be collected with Silk Touch and may be modified with various items. Boo! Yeah, I agree. Boo! End dungeon spawner, keeping castle spawner, awful dungeon spawner. Firefly particle spawner. Okay, let's have a look at what spawners we have available to us. They are broken spawner from Spirit. Okay, so what are the uses for that? Oh, I can make a cable facade. Great. Soul engulfing. That'll make a soul cage. Hey, Drethic. We need soul sand. We need soul fire. Do we have to learn apotheosis? Yeah. Should be able to make the hell shelf. What the hell, shelf? Right, monkey border dog, come with me. Oh, there's a spider in here. It's Dee Dee. Oh, what the? Oh, it's no, that's fine. That's weird. There's an apotheosis manual. Let's have a look. Apotheosis. Chronicle of Shadows. Do we have that? Not in there. Have it in here? Yes, we do. Okay, so starting from here. Spawner module. Mob spawners. The magical block that can funnel in entities from the void. But you knew that already, so let's get on to the new stuff. And apotheosis spawners can be picked up with Silk Touch. Harvesting a spawner in that way will incur an additional durability cost. Mob spawners have a series of spawner stats which control their functionality. These stats can be changed using spawner modifiers. Spawner stats. Capturing. Okay, mob spawners have their entity encaged by using a spawn egg. Typically these are unobtainable. To remedy this, apotheosis adds the capturing enchantment for swords. For swords? Each level of the capturing enchantment gives you a 0.4% chance for entities to drop their spawn egg on death. You pants. Entities without a spawn egg item, as seen in JEI, cannot drop one. So I need a sword with capturing on it. Do I have hashtag capturing? Oh, I do. Do I? No, I do not. What has this got on it? Hashtag. Items needed: spawn eggs and silk touch pick. Where does this say cap? How you doing, Blues Wolf? Slain enemies have a 5.5% chance to be a loot pinata. Your attacks deal 9 damage to nearby enemies. On hit, gain knowledge 2. Ignores 51% of durability. Reliquary drops. Tongue. This doesn't say cap on it anywhere, so how does hashtag cap show this? Or am I just missing it? Am I streamer vision doing this? Decapitations. Ah, yeah, decapitations. That's where the cap is. Okay, so that's got capacity. That's decapitations. Obliteration. Capacity again. Capacity. Capitation. I think I even read that out loud and still missed it. Okay, so I don't have anything with with the thing on there. With the thing on there. Capturing. I have capacity, not capturing. We can't really do anything with a spawner either. We just got to go somewhere with... Oh, man. Man. Idea. Gone. Alright, so we're going to find something else to do. Charm fragments around an egg may result in a spawn egg. That's probably true. I should look up the zombie egg. Oh, that's easy enough. Except we do not have any for zombies. Pillagers, not zombies. Although we can make them. There you go. Hey. An egg. Right, zombie spawn egg. Right, so mob spawners. Harvesting, blah, blah. So I need to get a silk touch pickaxe. So that we can harvest. Egg silk. Oh, I do have one. Silk touch. So we need to find a zombie spawner. Yeah, that means actually going through apotheosis. And I don't know if I want to. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna go and look for some sort of zombie spawner. Where are we gonna find that? Hey, TJD. You missed this time. This time. There was something over here. This is with it. Oh, hello. Oh, zombie. Dungeon or strongholds? Have we been in here? Industrial foregoing? Yeah, pretty sure industrial foregoing's in here. Zombie. Take care of that guy quickly. Excuse me. Ooh. Oh. Industrial foregoing enchanter. We may look into it. But the thing is, I only need that to get the egg anyway, and I've got the egg now, so. So we're probably okay. Probably. G'day, Star Skittles. I don't know if we've been down here before. Hey, Kamiko. How you doing? Oh, wait. Hang on. Let me... wear that quickly. So we can level that up without having to think about it too much. How's the work, Kamiko? I'm doing okay as well. Doing okay. We're looking for a zombie spawner and trying to figure out if we've been here before. I don't remember this. There's no minecarts or any loot chests so far. Oh. Oh, nothing that way. Work's been busy. Busy work is good work. Yeah, so we're gonna start looking for dungeons and stuff. But I've just discovered this right near our base, so I thought I might have a look here, and that looks like it's been dug out, right? That probably means I have been here. Okay, we've 100% been here. Yeah, 100%. Oh. Nice. Alright, that's fine. I don't remember being in here, but obviously we once was. And I'm glad I don't have to climb out of here. Look at this. It's crazy. I don't ever even remember seeing that place before. Oh, I put the egg away. Egg. Oh, I've already got... at some point, I've picked up 4 of them at some point. Because of course I have. Okay, so we're going to look for some sort of a dungeon. You know what dungeon we do have? There was that dungeon above our base. 1 second, sorry. Okay. This dungeon over here, and I don't think we ever went into this. Oh, trivia question. Ardal, welcome. Oh, okay, we've done every question on that card. Let's move over to this one. Okay, Venus is the Greek counterpart of Cupid, the Roman god of love. True or false? False. False is correct. Do you know who the Greek counterpart is? The Greek counterpart of Venus? Yeah, knowing me, I would have gone in here and broken the spawner, but it's quite possible that I haven't been in here at all. Although that door was open. Did I open the door? Oh no! Yep, we've been here. The Greek counterpart of Venus is Luke. Definitely been in there. Helen of Troy or Cleopatra? It is Eros. Eros. Okay, we need to find another dungeon. Let's have a look on the map. I know we have other dungeons nearby. That isn't one. I know there was one over here, but I'm pretty sure we did that one too. There's one there. Okay, so we're going to go to Rarcure. R. Oh, where's my base at? This way. Rarcure. Rarcure. Alright, so nearby to here, it is that away. Somewhere over here. Have the answer right after. Aphrodite. Ah, okay, so yeah, it's Eros is the Greek equivalent. Cupid's Greek counterpart is Eros. Eros. I went to high school with a girl named Aphrodite, though. That's true. I know sometimes they're not true, but that one is true. He was Greek. Enbing, the marbles winner. Okay, where is this tower? I feel like we've gone past it. We have. It's miles away. So follow the coastline again. Misunderstood. Thought you were asking the counterpart to Venus. Yeah, so the question says Venus is the Greek counterpart of Cupid, Roman god of love, true or false? Cupid's Greek counterpart is Eros. Sorry. Oh my god. What's going on with my throat today? There it is. Okay. But while we're here, just in case. Thank you for participating, though. You got one of the questions correct. Right, we haven't been here. Good news. Sorry. Gonna be one of them days. Okay, so we're looking for a spawner. It has to be a zombie spawner. That's a zombie spawner. There you go. First one. Venus is the Roman counterpart to Aphrodite. Right. I'm with you. I understand. Alright, so we got our zombie spawner. So we're gonna go back home. Phew, we made it. Alright, now let's put the zombie spawner down over this way. So that means I probably don't need the zombie spawn eggs. We had. And therefore didn't need. Let's make... We'll make an arena over here anyway. And I know we had some... Or maybe we can use the dash plating. We've got a lot of dash plating. Some moon sand? Not compressed stone. Moon cobblestone. Ancient stone we used. Moon sand could be interesting. Thought we had more bricks available to us than what we have. Mossy underbrick. Okay, so let's say for a spawner, the range needs to be 9 by 9, right? So we say 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 3, 4, 5. That would be 9 by 9. Make a prefab workshop and put a spawner room in the bottom of mineshaft. I mean, I could. Run away, big chicken. It's gonna be funny. The next pack that I start up, I'm gonna forget that I don't have that anymore, and I'm gonna get exploded. Now we had an iron, yeah, the iron glowing pillar. They look kind of cool. Haven't made any prefabs. Copper at its finest. Not copper. Not copper. Light levels affect spawners. Can't I add stuff to that so that it ignores it? We'll add a modifier. Ignores players, ignores light. So a soul lantern will easily sort that out. We have to look and see. Do we have a soul lantern? We do. We do. Okay, so now it should just start spawning shifts. Can we do anything interesting with that? No. No, we cannot. Sugar and clocks. I could do that too. I have access to both of those things. Spawner. Apotheosis. Right, so Nether Star ignores players. +2 max entities. Number of entities allowed cannot. Okay, so let's start by doing that. We'll get a Nether Star. And then we need some gas tiers. Okay, so that should now be able to spawn at its max number. +1 spawn count. Number of entities spawned at once cannot increase above fermented spider eye. AI, we don't want that. -10 spawn delay, so we need a stack of sugars. Okay, spawn delay. Sorted. Then you said clock, right? Ignores conditions. Spawner ignores spawn conditions. We do that? Dragon egg? Okay, so activation range is covered by the header at the moment. Okay, so activation range is 12, spawn range is 4. Ignores players, ignores light. Max entities 32. Spawn count 1. So we do need the fermented spider eye. Let's get that up. Look at the size of his spawner. Okay, what else can we add? One spawn count silent, no AI. +2 activation range. Maybe ignores conditions. +1 spawn range. Radius and blocks that mobs can spawn in. Oh, we don't want that. Redstone control we don't need. Silent, -2 activation range. +10 max spawn delay. +10 min spawn delay. Okay, so in theory, this thing should be. Yeah, I wanna learn as much of them as I can in as short a time as possible. So, yeah. Ideally, it would be nice for them to just be, like, spawning constantly. But they should be... They should be just, like, spitting out mobs, right? So should I add a dragon's egg? Because I can do that. Oh. Oh, there they go. As soon as it turned to nighttime. That's interesting. So they still, even though I told them to ignore light conditions. We're already up to superior. Thanks, Nerd Gamer. You can see in the top left corner behind the thing. Oh, look at them all. Almost there. Right, it is self-aware now. I got 3 zombie statues out of that. There we go. That proved rather effective. Hi there, Breaches. How you doing? And we had a lot of useless shovels. We had a lot of, like, a ton of useless junk. So I guess I need to add redstone to it. So then I could just turn it off. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do redstone. Redstone control, so that's a thingy. Comparator. And then we could put a daylight sensor on it. I think a LED is just as good. There we go. What in the world am I doing? I am spawning and killing zombies. What the idea is that we were going to try to figure out our way through deep mob learning today, but it turns out that deep mob learning is not what it used to be. And now we've got this up, so we can use this and a prediction matrix in a simulation chamber to make zombie drops, but it just isn't what it used to be. Yeah, so deep mob learning back in 1.12, you could use it to spawn like a little mini boss fight against the glitch. And then when you fought the glitch, you got little bits of glitch armor, and then you could make a full set of glitch armor, and that would give you flight. Now the problem in this pack is that there is no glitch armor. There doesn't appear to be the boss fight, so I can't do that fight. Yeah, so it's like machine learning. Yeah. So what I've done is I've made a model of a zombie, and I've leveled it up all the way to the top. So I could make a simulation chamber with that in there, and then that will produce a boss fight. Not a boss fight. It will produce items from that mob, so we could have it spit out zombie drops. But like, what's really the point? Oh, just some normal natural zombies. They still exist. Yes, it's a little bit disappointing. That was going to be the plan for the whole stream today, was to try and learn this stuff, but yeah. But we could still make a simulation chamber and get that running. I think we'll do that anyway. Okay, but while we're here, let's make a floor. Castle bricks for the floor. We need more than we have. We need something. Oh, those will do. We do some premium armor. Yeah, I could. Oh no, another nuke. The MC. Thank you, sir. Thank you for exploding everything. And Jeff, welcome. Argus. How you doing, Argus? Good to see you coming back in too, by the way. Luke, my greeting. Private Jerry. Wow, there's another name from the past. How you doing, Private Jerry? Okay, so we'll just pop a couple of these out because they're going to take forever. There you go. Now this room feels important. Okay, let's go and make a simulation chamber. One step at a time. That's all you can do, Jerry. One step at a time, buddy. Keep it up. I believe in you. Why do I have a lever? Mentally tired? Yeah, me. Same. Same, Argus. Same. Oh no, why did that come off? I don't remember breaking that off, but apparently it did. Aren't we all? Him? Yes. Alright. So let's make the simulation chamber. That needs obsidian, crimson window pane. We might even have most of that. Go. We do. Look at that. And then a loot fabricator, I guess. So what was that at the top? A netherite? A netherite and 2 golds. Got you covered. Netherite. 2 golds. Kim, yesterday you mentioned making a new dungeon. What would it take for you to do that? How much difficulty would there be for you to actually make that? What's your secret behind not getting burnt out? Jerry? Changing packs constantly. That's the secret. It's not really much of a secret. But I change packs all the time. Missing input. Prediction matrix. Okay, let's make a prediction matrix. Is a gold. Oh, 16 of them. We can EMC these. So let's learn a bunch. Didn't put any more thought into it than that comment. I just think we're at the point now, right, where we need we need a new system. A new dungeon. A cool one. Right, I need power over here. But how can I power them and keep them hidden? I could XNet them. There is stuff back here. What, in your opinion, would be the 3 things needed to make dungeons fresher? 3 things. I think they need to be more challenging. That is one thing for sure. Because a lot of the dungeons that have been made lately, they're just not difficult enough. Mojitos, Hawaiian shirts, and Will Smith. In that order. Let me think about it, Kim. I wasn't prepared to answer questions today. Aesthetics? Aesthetics is important. Because a lot of the dungeons are very samey, and I think that's one thing that's been disappointing with them. Oh, I probably should have checked where the back of these things is. Yeah, aesthetics is important. Open is good. And when I say difficulty, I don't mean just stick spawners everywhere. Although that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. There's our power. Ooh. Like the cages. Kim was complaining about cages. All day today it felt like. Destiny 2 traps and obstacles, for example. I like the idea of having like mazes. You know, like difficult sort of mazes. Yeah, I just think that everything's gotten a bit samey, you know, and we need something that's not so much. Label the connectors. Oh my god, just put it on. I don't think I need to. Oh no, because I'm gonna have to pull stuff out of them, aren't I? Whoops. Ow. Okay, that is showing us still connected. Now what the? Apparently you can just disconnect that with the thing. So this is the fabricator. Right, now we send power to them. This is the one. All right, so you and you power. Cages, windows, lighting, texturing. All of the above. Okay, so launching runtime, iteration 0 started, loading model from chip memory, assessing threat level, engaging enemies, sequence prediction succeeded. So there you go. Right. So we use prediction matrices, and they make overworld predictions, which we can then use to make mob items or world items if we wanted to. But we can put them, we should be able to put them into the fabricator though, right? Loot fabricator. Oh, that's where we put the the blaze predictions, and etc. So there we go. So we got zombie predictions here. So this we can put in, and we can make zombie loot from those things. So if we get different mob spawners, so we could go and get a blaze spawner and make a really cool blaze spawning thing. But yeah, essentially this is how we get mob drops. Or this is a way to get mob drops. We just let this run, collect stuff, put this stuff into here. So if we take this out, pop that into here, then we should be able to say what we want. I want to get those, and then boop, there you go. The Grasp of Avarice dungeon. What I would like, right? Here's what I would like. I would like a fairly big dungeon. It doesn't have to be multiple levels or anything. But a reasonably sized dungeon with a boss fight in it. And like a properly difficult boss fight. I think that would be cool. And even if there were like minor boss fights along the way, like, you know the Dread Rortnaut, that big huge thing that you can only hit in the back and only when its axe is stuck in the ground? The Dread Rortnaut. If that was like dotted throughout the place, that would be pretty sweet too. Stuff like that. That's what I like. On the scale of ancient mines but in dungeon form. Actually, that's a good call. Okay. Kim, here's your suggestion. Thanks, Pug. Kim, if you're still watching, there is a dungeon over this way. Not far from here. Not that one. F? Okay, this place. Now this place didn't have any like boss in it, right? But so this is big and epic, right? That's just the entrance to it. That's fine. But down in the bottom down here. Hey Zach. Hey Zach, welcome back. Alright, so this, see how this feels big and open. Right, and then there are different sort of rooms and stuff. This is the kind of thing that I would really like, personally. But I would like for there to be like a boss fight. And in this one, there isn't a boss fight. The new FTB dungeons are okay as well, but they feel like they're lacking a boss fight too. So this one has this big, huge room, which comes downstairs. And then you come around this corner here, and then there's this massive room here. And this feels like something should happen in here, but nothing does. There's a few centipede spawners, and that's it. And I'm not saying you should make something this big and epic, because this is not necessary. I mean, this is cool and everything, but it's not necessary to have something this big. But if someone went to the effort of making a room this big, I just wish that there was like a big boss fight in here. Yeah, it's a waste of space because there's a few chests dotted around and a couple of spawners in the corners, but that's it. There's not much in the way of loot. Just checking to make sure my digging claws aren't here. But yeah, some cool loot. Oh, hello. Speaking of cool loot that I may have missed. What was that? Like a monkey. Did you just spawn a monkey? Loot depends on the loot table. Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's one of these fellas. Ah, because there's a spawner on his shoulder. Yeah, so like you don't have to generate the loot, but you can sort of specify whether the loot chests will appear, and then somebody can do their own loot tables for it. They can put their own loot tables and stuff in too, and their own loot locations. Emeralds. Yeah, but like hidden stuff like that's kind of cool. Fuel. Hidden chests. And just like something to make the effort of finding this worth the time to find it. I personally, I don't even think that I would mind if there was like a big Dark Souls style boss fight in here that was like impossible to win. You know, you have to do it like 20 times to win it. I don't think I would mind that. Maybe not a wither. You have to be able to recover from your own death. But something like this feels big, and you know, it feels like there's things that are happening here and there's a reason to be in here, but then disappointingly when you get to the bottom there kind of isn't. But there you go. Those are my ideas. I love that effective mod, how it's, you know, the little water droplets coming off the thing. It's such a nice little touch. I love it. Oh, I have... This way, right? Yeah, here we go. So that's yeah, that's that dungeon. That's a nice dungeon. Nice epic feeling dungeon. We never did go in here, did we? Do you have bees in there? Yeah, you got bees. So do you. Guessing this was all meant to be like pumping out honey, but where does the honey go to? Goes nowhere. Oh, into the tanks here. Oh, okay. We can help with that. Doing anything? It's not doing anything. If I get the wrench out, if I get the correct wrench out, we can look and see if this is actually doing anything. Took notes. Thanks, Keen. Oh, we can't do that. Can do that. Okay, now, if we got a crank... Okay, so it is coming out. Good evening, Lexi Babe. Welcome back. Okay, we can see the honey flowing. The honey appears to be out. Miko says, wow. And there we go. It worked. But that's pumping it the other way, so we want it to go this way. So it needs to turn clockwise. That's anti-clock. I made it myself, Kimiko. Believe it or not. Leave it. Well, my plan for the stream's kind of ruined because I was going to build stuff down here. I didn't build it. That was there when I started the pack. I spawned right next to that. Play bingo. Bingo? I'd have to install it. And then you'll see how bad I am at playing bingo because I don't do vanilla stuff. Apotheosis? What else can we do then? I'm not doing Ars Nouveau. Let's smash through this real quick. Dark matter blocks. Hey, you, go in there. You, out. Yeah, this is really disappointing. Like, I'm not even really sure why you'd put that in the pack, to be honest. Watch your blowing time. No. Nah. Well, it's such a big dungeon. I found so much loot. Learning a bit about 2 tech mods that complement each other to go fancy things with pipes. And automation to extra latex to make plastic I need for later use. That's, the latex machine. I can't remember the name of it. But the latex machine, I remember doing that. Boy howdy, them were the days. Boy howdy. We'll dump all of that stuff. Then we want to plant more peppers. More cerealies. Black beans and the black bean seeds look very similar. Okay. What else can we do? Oh, well, I know what we can do. We can go back to blue skies. Let's go to blue skies. Blue skies. So we need to take... we'll take an axe. We'll take a pickaxe. Take some keys. Hopper botany pots would speed that farm up. Yeah, but I don't need any of the stuff that's in there. Like, my food situation is sorted, because if I need any more, like, my backpack is full. But if I need more, I can just EMC it. So I'll just let it go. I think if I did build that, I would be building it just to waste time. Oh, Father Richard is another goat. Listen, Father Richard. You and me, we're gonna have words. Oh, I actually tried to dig a hole. Push you into. There you go. Right. Stay. Oh, he's healing. He's got instant health too whenever I hit him, so this guy cannot be beaten. Or can he? Yeah, he can't be beaten. I can't even hit him with the special attack. Alright, well, you live this time, Richard. Lava death. I suppose if I give him lava, then I'm not hitting him, right? So maybe lava will work. Nope, he has infinite fire resistance. He's not even bothered. Okay. I'll let him live. In eternal pain. Alright, blue skies it is. Let's go. Why is he so strong? He's a, just a boss that's been given some traits that he probably really shouldn't have. Had a super goat in your game too, but he had to use a Pokeball to catch him and release him into a mob grinder trap. Oh, I could do that. I might be able to do that. How you doing, Platinum? Okay, wait, so we're in Everbright now. So we need to find Horizonite, Falsite, and Ventium, which is red iron. So let's start looking around. Can take fall damage. He's got 753 health, so if I made him take fall damage, he would just have to fall forever. There's water breathing as well, for so no drowning, maybe suffocating. That would take ages too. That's so cruel. More dirt. Aratite. I saw today, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, I probably can say, I don't think it's an issue. There were some early release keys for Diablo 4. And like you can apply to get a stream key for Diablo 4, and I was like, oh dude, I liked Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. I should apply for one of those. And then I thought, okay, number one, I'm probably never gonna play it on stream. Hey, classical Bluetooth. Yeah, number one, I'm probably never gonna play it on stream. Number two, I never played 3. I started to play 3, but I never finished 3. So I was like, I think if I applied for it, I'm just taking, if I get it, I'm taking the opportunity for somebody else to play it away from them. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to let it go. Hey, it's underground, but not. It's doing alright, Bluetooth, how are you? I think my reasoning is sound. Leave it for somebody that might actually properly play it. Do Diablo 3 stream or 5 and finish it. I don't even know. I think I had it on PS4. Been quite alright. Haven't slept in 24 hours, but going strong. Why haven't you slept? Second? Oh, okay. If I mine the Aquite, I'm not getting the Aquite. I do get the moonstone because of Minecraft. Dude, should sleep. Turquoise, no, aquite ore. Can I break that? I cannot break it. Okay, so every time I steal that stuff, I'm like physically losing it. Must diggy hole. I've been there. Crafting table. Where did I get a bucket from? And then some sticks. We'll use starlit sticks. And I think, if memory serves, that works? No, memory doesn't serve. So I can make a spear out of that. Or a spear, or a spear. How do I feel about magic mods? I'm not a fan. I've never really been a fan of magic mods. Box of moonstone. Oh, moonstone. Ah, I remember moonstone. These are the ones that you can use as a light source. And they look kind of like cool lighting things. Okay, well that doesn't help. And I can't put it away anyway. So put those away. Grab some of this. Yeah, I tend to not do magic mods. When I'm playing Minecraft, it's very rare that you would see me do any magic mod stuff. What's my PC build? I can't remember the exact specs. But there you go. It's an Intel Core i9-12900KF with a GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. Oh, there you go. Specs. 32 gigs of RAM. And my streaming PC is an i7-8700 with a 1060 Ti in it. And for some reason, 48 gigs of RAM. That means fast. Right, so we got some pie rope, which we can make into stuff. Okay. Solid tin cans or aluminium cans. They're pretty good. They get the job done. Oh, whoops. Okay, didn't actually mean to fall down. You remember, it's lucky you did, dude, because I didn't. Ice and packed ice. There you go. I was thinking about adding that into my panels. I've been updating my panels underneath the stream. I was thinking of adding that into them. Rhinestone. Like a rhinestone cowboy. Oh, I broke the pickaxe. Can we do anything with rhinestone? We can make phasic block. We can make a printer, kitchen corner. So this is just stone, basically. Polished rhinestone. Very blue. Okay, that's a new block. So let's get a new crafting table out. And we're going to make a new pickaxe. Made of pie rope. Okay, that won't break that. Break that. Yes. I guess I'm going to have to burn up some aquite. Alright, so we'll just run around. We'll grab some stuff while we're in here. Because I have a feeling that we're going to be doing some trips backwards and forwards for a little while. Yeah, I was just thinking it would be cool to have some sort of flight that doesn't have that "bow" noise every time we, do something. Caffeine consumed. That's what you need, more caffeine. After 24 hours of being awake, caffeine is the solution. Life fuel. Flying sound reminds you of Dragon Ball. I can tell you something about Dragon Ball, a little unknown fact about Dragon Ball. Never seen it. Not even once. Imagine if humans discover some substance that lets you just not sleep. But we need sleep. Sleep is important. It's how the body recharges itself. It's important. If humans become electrical, that's robots, man. You're talking about robots. Robot humans. Like Atlas. Okay, Falsite. Can we mine that? Yes, we can. Hey, Purity. Usually don't catch a stream because of time zone, but insomnia got me up tonight. Hope all are well. Hope that you are well, and the insomnia is not too bad. Hi, Gothardic is here too. Hi. Okay, the durability of this thing is pretty decent. Oh, it's because it keeps repairing. I'm already grabbing a few things at a time. If I tried to vein mine out a whole wall of stuff, we would still lose it. That's fine. That's fine. That is fine. That's dirt. One night off. You know, how are you? I'm doing alright. It's Friday night here for me. That means end of the week. End of the week's always good. This has been a terrible week for me as far as sleep has been concerned, so... Hopefully, I can sleep in a bit tomorrow. And then all will be happy. Hopefully. Yeah, so everything in here is blue, basically. And then there's another biome called Ever Dawn. This is Ever something. Where are we? I can't remember which dimension we're in, but there's another dimension called Ever. We're in Ever Dawn, and there's Ever Bright. We can go to Ever Bright as well. I remembered right when MC said it. Yeah, so we can go to Ever Bright as well, which is like a yellowy dimension, but it's basically the same thing. It's just everything is yellow instead of blue. But in all honesty, so far from what I'm seeing, there isn't any actual reason to be in here. I'm in Everbright, Everdawn is orange. Right, okay. I got them backwards. Mod packs integrated other dimensions more. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I was about to get at. Like, it's all nice to have this, to have this in here and, and have a dimension to go to. But like, why am I here? What is the point of journeying to this dimension? Is there something here that I need? Do I need something here for something else? And pretty much the answer to that is not really. Alright, so we've got a stack of that. We've almost got a stack of aquite. Why are any of us here? Right, Al. Question we all ask ourselves from time to time. Who am I? Anyone ever see that movie? The Jackie Chan movie, Who Am I? It was pretty good. Had some cool driving stunts in it. I froze! Like biomes with new tree options, so I have different coloured leaves and logs to build with. That's true. Big Jackie Chan fan here. His US based movies are not as good. I think largely because of stunts and also because he's getting old. You know, like in his Hong Kong movies and stuff like that, he could be a bit more risky and the movies tended to be better. But then once he started up in America, all the insurance people said, "Oh no, you can't do that. We can't have him do that. What if he gets injured?" And so we lost a lot of the stuff that made his movies really good. Rush Hour's good, yeah, but there were a lot of stunts that he would normally do in that movie that they didn't do. There is a channel on YouTube that talks about him a lot. Or that did a video about him. Every Frame a Painting. There was a video about Jackie Chan and how he got really held back being in the US. They also did one about how Edgar Wright does visual comedy. That was really good. Oh boy, this dimension is blue. It sure is. Everything about this place is blue. We're trying to gather enough material to move into the other dimension, which is not blue. But it is instead orange or yellow. Him and Michelle in their younger years did a movie together and she just about died because they kept trying to outdo each other stunt-wise. That's the one where they crashed the bus, right? Or they slammed on the brakes on a bus and they fell out the front of the bus and got really badly hurt. Is that one? Really like Edgar Wright too. Space was my jammy jam. Space was a good show. Okay. Hey, Numenal. How you doing? Okay. Google just thought that I was talking to her. Him. To them. But yeah, so there's a great YouTube channel called Every Frame a Painting. He doesn't make videos anymore, unfortunately. Okay, a shovel, an axe, and a sword. Sword. Shovel. Axe. Okay, so that's all that done. Most of this we could just put away. Ventium. How do you approach building pretty stuff in mod packs? What I tend to do is just first I find a spot that I want to build. And then I decide, do I want to build into a wall like I did in this one? Or do I want to build like a house? And then I just start sort of building out a space around it. I try to mix things up, mix up blocks that I think look good together. Jumped off a moving vehicle onto the roof of a car. He was driving fast. No harness wires. Slid off the hood, almost hitting head. Jackie reached out to catch her, so her body hit before her head did, so she wasn't as hurt. I remember that. I remember seeing something about that, Lexi. I'm pretty sure that was the same movie that she did a motorbike jump onto the top of a train, which is insane. That is insane. In the membrane. Okay, so that is done. What else do we need? Horizonite, Falsite, and Ventium. Isn't that Police Story 3? It could have been. I don't remember the titles of his movies, unfortunately. Right, Ventium ingots. False. I can't see the search box. Jackie was jealous of that for years, so that's why I did the helicopter ladder grab thing. Yeah. Crazy. Aquite. That even on the list of things that we needed to make? Oh, it wasn't. Falsite and Horizonite. Okay, so Falsite. There's some Falsite. And then Horizonite, I don't think I have. Did you see the one he did a few years back where he was an old man and his daughter got caught in a neo-IRA bombing? That... Yes. That rings a bell. That does ring a bell. Okay, we don't have Horizonite. We do have these things. And these things. Okay, so I can make Ventium tools, so a bucket and some shears. Bucket. Is. Okay, that's done. Then a toolbox. Okay. Toolbox. Do I not have any planks at all? I got planks. Oh, they're treated wood. Okay, that's fine. Plank. There you go. Sorted. What was that? Was that the one with Pierce Brosnan? And Pierce Brosnan was the bad guy? I think that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I did see that then. Warding Pearl. Okay, so we need Falsite, Nugget, Soul Fragments, and Pearl. It was just called The Foreigner. Imaginative. I'm gonna put the deep learner away. We're not gonna be doing anything with that. Now I forgot what I'm building. The Warding Pearl. Okay. Okay, Warding Pearl. So I need Falsite Nuggets. I need another Soul Fragment and a Pearl. Okay, so we need to find a village. It wasn't the bad guy, but he was IRA, and it was one of his partners who decided he'd gone soft and went behind his back. Okay. There's a movie of his. Oi, jeez. He already threw fire coming in with the, what? I've got something on that's flicking them away from me. I think it's one of my armor items. Well, thank you for the 100 bits. Alas, the coffers are short for some, but have some bits. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's right, the chest plate has rebounding. So everything that hits me goes flying. And they get slowness as well for a long time, so they just mill about. Witch's boots. Anyway, yeah, there's a movie of his where he climbs up a big wall, and then there's a tree on the other side of the wall, and he like puts his feet on the tree and his back against the wall, and then just walks down the tree to get to the bottom. It's just so casual the way that he does it, so smooth. I always thought that was really cool. Anyway, we're going back to Everbright. Yeah. Villages in storage. I want to just check and see if there is a village in this dimension. Oh, whoops. Maybe it has to be specifically one of these villages. Okay, so we're looking for... Thank you. Oh my god! Ever. Okay, so there's only a dungeon. So maybe I have to go back to that dude. Maybe the wizard guy? It doesn't... It feels like there should be more to this than just that one tower. It's quite nice and everything, but like, give me things to do. Oh, another Jackie Chan movie that I know that people hate is the Tuxedo. And while I thought the Tuxedo wasn't great, I also didn't hate it. I thought in a lot of... Oh, Kim renamed the dog. Didn't even know. Thanks, Kim. Now, I remember it being... It wasn't good, but it wasn't that bad. In my memory, it wasn't that bad. Hours ago. Days, maybe. I need to go and get another soul fragment. You dropped the soul fragment? Something... No. It's meat. Arrows. Okay, what about this thing? Really? Okay, let's have another look at that recipe. Where do we get a soul fragment from? From a Polargeist or a Frost Spirit. We need a Polargeist or a Frost Spirit, so not these guys that we're beating up on here. Sorry. Sorry. So a Polargeist, I'm assuming, is a it looked like a polar bear. The way I remember it, he ends up with some secret agent's high-tech powered tux, and by the end he gets his own regular suit and fights the bad guy. That's pretty much it. And it had Jennifer Love Hewitt, I think was his co-star. She was not great. I saw one the other day with him and Claire Forlani in it. It was really weird. But anyway, what I remember about the Tuxedo that I enjoyed is his confusion when he gets in the tuxedo. Just the look on his face, like how just completely confused he is as to why he's able to do all the things that he's able to do. That made me laugh. Definitely not one of his best. I think Rumble in the Bronx has got to be up there as one of his best. Okay, this is a different tower. That way. That way, nothing that way, nothing that way. Hello, kitty. I'll take that key, sure. Fellows. Don't really need the bread. Sleep well, prisoners. Your torture endeth soon. Actually, I wonder how hard this boss fight is going to be with my current gear. I think the most difficult thing about it will be just how much time it's going to take. The fight itself would be easy. Hang on, there's a witch's room somewhere, right? I'm a key short. I missed a room. Normally a witch room. There it is. Witch room? That's right. There's the key. Oh, we got a witch statue. Witch statue? That's right. Can I just... Oh, that doesn't do 1,000 damage to him. There you go. You're out of here. Oh, you big chicken. Stay still. Oh, I missed him every time. Oh, dude. I saw the other day, right, that the game Cyberpunk 2077 2066 has been put onto cheap website. I'm on a trophy. Been put onto cheap website for purchase. It was like less than half price. Has anybody played it? Is it worth getting? No, it's from on GOG. Good old games. I don't know if a jerry can is an ultimate upgrade. Yeah, GOG.com. Ooh, with the skeleton skull's kind of handy though. Yeah, so they had it for like 38 bucks, I think it was. Pretty cheap. Ethereal Arc. Okay, so it's not a pearl. We don't have a pearl. Can't do that in this room. We do it in this room? Yes. Oh, man. But yeah, it's just like I know when it came out, it was not looked upon with great fondness. Like the launch could not have gone much worse. But I've heard that it has improved since then. And I wonder if it is worth having another look at now that it's really cheap. Oh, look, it's a village. There you go. I saved you from the evil wizard of the village. Now, who do I talk to? If we want to get that pearl, what villager is it? It is a summoner. So I need a summoning table. Did we make a summoning table? We have a summoning table. Let's invent a summoner. This is a nice looking village. Everything's very blue though. Maybe in a loot chest there's some stuff. Oh, is it nighttime? Sorry guys. Oh, me. Blueberry stained. Me. White wool. No cap oven. I guess this is a dimension that if I wanted to, I could sleep in. Winter leaf seeds. It's blue, da ba dee da ba da. Da ba dee da ba da. Da ba dee da ba da. Here, I'll save you guys. There you go. Be free. Made a character in Sims 4 based on that song. Was he blue? Oops, sorry. Sorry. So it's nighttime here, obviously. We need it to be day. Oh, hang on. Do I have a sleeping bag? I do have a sleeping bag. Let's sleep upon the sleeping bag. Take the big house in the very back. Alright, we'll do that after we wake. Hopefully. Oh, I just put my axe away. Dang it, that was a good axe. Oh well, we weren't really using it anyway. Blue both in skin tone and general mood. The big building in the back. That one? Oh, we did that one. And we did that one. Is there another one? Is everyone just like sleeping all the time? Is it? Oh my god, this one's halfway in the wall. Oh, there we go. Okay, excuse me. You. Yeah, hang on, I need some emeralds. I have some. Here you go. Thought I saw another one. It might have been that thing over there that does kind of look like a building. It may have been because of that. We're just a villager. You're a Fletcher. Oh, where's the dude? I should have easy villaged him. Cleric. Fletcher. Villager. Oh, what's his name called? He was like a spellcaster or something. Can't be over here, right? That's not him. No, you're a shepherd. You're just a baby. You're unemployed. You're a fisherman. You're a Fletcher. Okay, it's not you. Not you. Definitely not you. Oh, where'd he go? Hang on, is it you? It's you. Alright, so we're going to take him and head home. Sorry, everyone. You didn't need him for anything, right? I had two of them, Gothardica. Sounds like Dragon Ball. Oakley dokley. Then he just came, took Barry, flew right off with him. Never saw him again. Okay, so now we need easy villager trading. Oh, 1A and easy. We need that to be in here as well. Easy villagers. I would like a trader, please. Oh. Neat. Shall we just pop that in there? Let's just have a quick look down our hallway. Oh, we've got a lot of spare room in here. Let's put him here. Oops. I need... that guy. Right, so there we go. Pearl. Emerald. Pearl. But the soul fragment. Oh, soul fragment. Light level below 8. Experience dropped 5. Light level any. So Frost Spirit. So we still have to go back again anyway. Oh, I'm so annoyed I learned that axe. Good axe. Okay, let's check out the trophies. Don't have a witch trophy showing. Barry got put in a box. That'd be Daft Stanley. Who would put one of us in a box? Nobody does that. It's not a thing. Let it go. He moved out of town. Okay, right, so we're gonna go back again, and now we're gonna try and find things. I have to write fan fiction about this event. It's the right thing to do. Where are we going to find these things? How am I going to reach these kids? Okay, look, it's oh, hello. Well, this is new. Let's go explore this thing. It's huge. We're going to find rubber pants in our size. I know, right? Hang on, is that from something? From something. Oh, Pinky and the Brain. Never watched Pinky and the Brain either. That didn't give us anything. It's a castle from Oz, the Emerald Castle. Can't do that here right now. I don't know what that spawner is. Obviously more of the same. This, I feel like, is either new or changed from what it used to be. I feel like there used to be like a maze in here. A lot of spawners in here. But yeah, see how there's spawners in here, right? Not heaps of them. And the mobs would be fairly tough to fight. This would be okay. You know, having to go through a maze like this to do a dungeon thing, this would be okay. There's just too much green. It's a little bit one flavor, you know? And there's probably not like a boss fight at the end of this either. Maybe we'll just fly through. Yeah, let's just fly through. Something up your loud. Yeah, so normally in this dimension, right, there will be a boss fight or something at the end. And if I get through that, see there's a key there. If I get through that fight, then it will unlock the building and then I can break stuff. I just got to find the keys. And normally it's 4 keys. And then there'll be a room at the end that sends me to a boss fight. But we just got to find the 4 keys. How effective is my bow in here? Not very effective when you don't have any arrows. Hey. So 5 shots with an arrow. Like 9 shots with the sword though. Okay, now I'm not sure if I've been this way. I obviously have. Okay, so we're gonna go this way. Aha! A second floor. You know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to mark the places that we've been again. It's also a lot more effective to chop stuff in here with... Oh, so I can't. With the correct dimensional tool. But that one says you can't do it weaving. Yeah, Mark used to be a friend of mine from high school. Mark, where you been? Unfortunate name, poor young man. Well, shots on that dude. Probably because I'm spamming. I can remove these, but that takes forever. Let's make a new pickaxe. Blue Sky's pickaxe. So we do have pyrope, right? We can make a pyrope pickaxe. Duskwood, bright, lunar wood, aquite. Not quite what I'm looking for, but it will do. Whenever I get hit, my bunny slippers make the sound that reminds me of you and your kitten slippers. The bunny slippers are quite useful too. I don't mind a good pair of bunny slippers. Okay, right, so I think we've done that room. I can't place blocks even. Can I place torches? Probably not. Oh, I can place torches. Alright, so we're going to use torches as place markers. I like to chase creepers with them on. Yeah, I've got the kitty slippers on, so I can do that. But my concern is starting the next pack and forgetting that I have them on. Or forgetting that I don't have them on and being overrun by creepers in a very short amount of time. Okay, so we've been down there, so we'll torch the walls. They stack with your origin feline race, so you're a high jumpy kitty. We've done that, yeah. The one that'll get me, so there's one that'll get me more than anything else. Oh, that's a dude as well. Is I have step up at the moment. And when we start the next pack, we're going to lose step up. Hey, Hugo. Yeah, being able to just walk over, you know, a one high block. The creeper should sing, I boom, dubba dee, dubba die. Dubba dee, dubba die. Dubba dee, dubba die. Dubba dee, dubba. Not a fan of step up. I like step up, I don't like auto jump. They are very, very different. High jump sprinting. I'm very happy to have step up. There's the second key. But you can miss me with auto jump. And any pack that has auto jump enabled by default, it gets automatically disabled. It's not a fan of anything that does stuff like that. That's fair. Okay, so now we say we've done this one. And we'll go down this way. Board ready. Corner eliminated. Another one. Oh, jeez. Okay, that dude actually legit gave me a fright. My arm involuntarily swung around on me. I think it says a lot about Minecraft that one of the most popular announcements of the upcoming version is that auto jump will now be disabled by default. It's definitely one of my least favorite things. I can understand how people on a console would want to have that enabled, but not on PC, not on Java. Hi, Carpy. Big Al Sevtech got me some kind of irritated when I keep walking off my barn or house while trying to build. Sevtech. Carpy, this pack doesn't have deep mob learning in it. Got this cut down version of deep mob learning. So my whole plan for this stream to make myself a set of glitch armor, I can't do it. I can't do it. I was glitched. That's right. Oh, there's a big crown here. It's not a crown, it's a throne. Dude. Hey, Justin. Welcome. Welcome in. Okay, so that's another upstairs one. Sevtech is the first pack you played on to have that on and know where to turn it off until later in the pack. Ah. I don't remember Sevtech very well. Been a long time since I played Sevtech. But that could also be the first time that I ever used Step Up, and then I've loved it ever since, like a brother. Got up this morning, went and sat on the Crown. Everybody needs a good visit to the Crown every once in a while. Crown. You like building but hate all those pesky using more than one color setups? Blue Skies is for you. This is your dimension. I remember when we did, there was that space pack that we did, and everything was blue. That became too much really quickly. Space Odyssey. Yeah, when we did the Space Odyssey mod packs, it's just everything being blue. It was way too much. After a while, it started to hurt my eyes. Orange Bear. Hello. We did a pack where you started in Everdusk and had to make your way to Everbright before finding the way to the overworld. I think that might be it. Odyssey Space, not Space Odyssey. That one iridescent block. Hey. Emeron's here too. How you doing, Emeron? It will start marking off areas we've definitely been and can't go back to. Aurora blocks. Those Aurora blocks are really good. Morland got very peeved at Sevtech about 12 hours in. Needed a specific ore from a specific biome. And RNG sus hated me. That biome didn't spawn or within 10,000 blocks of my base. Filled the entire map in creative trying to find it. Gave up after that. I remember having to do that. And I think I know the ore that you meant. And that my memory of that is the person that I was playing with at the time. We got into a boat to try to get there by rowing. No, it was a raft. It was a raft, and the raft couldn't carry two of us, and it sunk, and then we lost the raft. And that was the end of that little adventure. Good times. Okay, so we've been down there. That is done. So we'll close this area. Emerald! Emerald, 17 months.
17.
Thank you for 17 months, Emerald. Prime subscription. Alright. Look how bright he looks compared to everything else, because he's not just one color. Close to here. Alright, let's put some stuff away. Not. And he's on fire. Okay, we haven't been down there. We have been in those directions. So we'll go this way this time. Hello, one of many spawners. And another one of many. And a third one. And now you. Okay, any chests or anything in here? No. Oh, plenty of chests in here, though. Hey. Patience, fellas, patience. Trying to steal your loot. Oh, dude, there are spawners everywhere. So I would say, right, SevTech, I wouldn't exactly count SevTech as an expert pack. Right, I would say SevTech is expert-esque. But that would have been the first attempt that I had ever made at like an expert pack. And I had no idea what I was doing. No idea. So I wonder if I went back to it. Like, I'm not going to because it's 112 and I don't really want to go back to 112. Or is it 112? It might even be 110. But yeah, it's one that I think I have a better idea of what I'm doing now, so I might be able to handle it better. DevTech heavily gated more than expert. Yes, I would agree with that. It's a 112. Boy, geez, subby. We're in another dimension, so this is a free-for-all. Sub standard raid. Welcome, everyone. Sorry, we just have to clean house a little bit. Sorry. Sorry, we're in Everbright. So we're killing dudes in Everbright. Alright. There we go. So we're looking for 2 more keys, I think. For the nature dungeon. The Cursio project for the SevTech experience. Yeah, I didn't like the Cursio. Didn't like it. How was the stream, sub? Thank you for the raid, my dude. Welcome everyone that came in with subby. I'm Mr. Wiggly. We also do Minecraft here. Normally we wouldn't fight off mobs in a raid like that. With a sword, but we are in a different dimension with no way of returning home. So we're looking around for stuff. Are there galaxy in it? Galaxy in it. Good. Endgame is within sights. Nice, dude. But me too. I was meant to be today making glitch armor. that was the whole point of today. And then it turns out that the mod pack that we're playing doesn't actually have deep mob learning in it. It's got hostile neural networks, which is not the same mod. So we can't make glitch armor. Going back to bed. Sleep well. Hoping that the nap sleep will be the leap home. Aha! Ah! Hey, AR. Classics collection is Crash Landing, the original survival pack. That's another one that I attempted when I first tried to do modded. I attempted to do Crash Landing. Didn't know what I was doing. So that's hopefully one that if I ever did go back to it that I would understand better. Okay, now we're going this way. Regrowth. That's another one that I only ever tried regrowth a little bit at the very beginning. Enigmatic 2. Ultimate Alchemy. Maybe none, Orange Bear, you never know. Oh, subby. Not gonna be none. Okay, we can still go this way. Because we're heading back to the upwards for... I didn't mark everything. Hey, Dobsonium. This way. Yes, it never stop dreaming. It's nice to have ambitions and goals, subby. It'd be nice to get a different mob in here, eh? Okay, we're just gonna ignore the loot in here. It's not helping us. Hi there, Rodrigo. No. That's not a good first message. Yeah, all blocks the same color, all the mobs are the same. Okay. Rodrigo, probably not. I can't mine anything in here. You can't do that here right now. I can't even chop down the trees. Probably if I had the destruction gadget, I might be able to just smash through. I should try that. Let's get a destruction gadget and try. Nope. Can't even use this. That's pretty crazy. Or your concentration. Is that where we came in? That must be where we came in. Is that where we came in? Yeah, it has to be. Okay. So maybe there's like one key on every floor? If that's the case, then this building is too big. Yeah, I can't even get the ore there. Yeah, hiding the ore, but not letting you mine it. Makes perfect sense. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, no, okay, that's not a key. Take that spear, though. Ah! I got lots of extra bonus powers and stuff on my gear. So like I have rebound, which Ara reminded me of. So anytime I get hit by a mob, they get bounced away from me. And then they also get slowness, like 30 seconds of slowness. So everybody gets knocked around and then they just stand there. Okay, so now we got another floor. So this technically is the 4th floor. Not even technically, this is the 4th floor. Yeah, so anything that does actually get a shot on me gets bounced off and then can't walk for a few seconds. So I can quite happily just take a hit, move on to the next space. Alright, there's key number 3. Maybe you're supposed to parkour up to here. So I'm assuming there's a 4th key. And then we're going to find the room where you would take the 4th key, open the door. Well, I haven't been marking the doors, so I don't know if I've been in here or not. Alright, so there's nothing in here, there's nothing in here. Nothing in here. So block that off. We can't even build like blocks in the walls to show that we've been into a place. We have to just keep going. You connected the RJ45 with the straight one for the Ethernet cable and the cross one for the PC in one go. Well done. Did you make your own cables? I have a funny feeling. Made your own cables. Nice work. Not the easiest thing to do. Yeah, nothing in there either. Okay, so that room turns around to here. And this way. That's the room that leads us out. So we'll put those there. Then we've been that way, so let's block that off. I don't know if talking about making your own cables is talking tech, but I think we're okay with that. Okay, so this looks like the boss fight, right? There's where you put the keys. Is it 4? Yeah, you need 4 keys. Gatekeeper is now selling nature keys. Yeah, it's not against terms of service, so that's fine. So we did miss a floor, right? There was a floor that we went to. Hey, couple bups. Oh, I can't like dig through now to get down and get my key. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking of doing. That dude sells keys, so rather than going through this whole rigmarole, I can't place a waystone here. Dang it! Alright, we're gonna have to go. Oh, no, don't put that there. We're gonna have to go hunting for the key. So it's not that way. It's not that way. It's got to be one of these ways. Waypoint and the teleport to it. That's a good idea. It's the same thing. It doesn't cost me anything to teleport. It's the same thing. Or I could slash home and slash back. Or I could do set home. Ever bright boss. Can't add any more homes. Okay, so I can't do that. Warpstone. I could do a warpstone, but that doesn't get me back here. So if I slash home and then slash back, we'll do a waypoint. Ever bright thing. Oh, ever bright thing. Place a waystone on top of a torch. That is worth a try. No. Unfortunately, no. Got set home, you got set warp. I could do that. But we'll slash home anyway. Right, so we're back in the overworld. Now, luckily for us, the dude that sells keys is just around the corner. So he lives over here. Hey buddy, wake up. Want 6 nature stones and 16 starlit saplings. Hang on. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up for this. Oh, hang on. Oh. Starlit. 16, there's 16. And then nature stones. So, nature. Right, where is he? One of them. Thank you. Okay, now, here, have your bed back. There you go. Magdalene, hi, bye. Sorry to interrupt your sleep. Alright, now we'll slash back. Hey, it worked. Okay, keys. Let's fight this boss. Oh, this boss. The one with the... Yeah, this boss is a pain. I have to chop down the wall and then hit him. Any arrows? I do. I don't think that's actually doing anything, is it? Oh, it did. Cool mini boss. It's cooler if I can remember how you meant to actually fight it. Oh, now I'm stuck in here with him. Oh no, Aichin, we're in a boss fight. How you doing, Aichin? How was the stream, dude? Welcome in. We're fighting against the starlit wall. We just gotta wait for him to tire himself out. Maybe an axe would work. Okay, use an axe next time. Oh. Hi. That is a tree. Yes, it's a giant tree. It puts up a wooden wall, which we have to fight. These tree roots come out of the ground and attack us. Then he does a big spinning attack, and when he gets dizzy, then we can attack him again. Yeah, so it's spinning attack. Wait for him to finish doing the spinning attack. Any second. Not the most thrilling boss fight. Okay, now he's dizzy. Okay, now we go back to the beginning. Down the wall. Yeah, down this wall. And then we hit him. Right against the wall again. Go that one. Okay, hit him. 25 damage and 500. Get everyone get a coffee. We might be here a while. Now to 470. I can't even like hit him with the guitar. Oh, that did 10 damage. Not that one. Oh yeah, that one. Okay. Might be here a while, guys. Did I hit him? That's not doing any damage. That's not a very nice way to treat someone. Poppers, thanks for the heal. 465. I think he's healing. Oh, trivia now. Orange Bear. Hang on, let me knock that down, and then we'll wait for him to do his spin. And then Orange Bear, your trivia question. In which decade did the Peanuts comic strip debut? In which decade did the Peanuts comic strip debut? We have time to. Very energetic tree. This is one of those boss fights this is too long. 60s? That is incorrect. MC says the 50s. That is correct, MC. Correct. The 1960s. The 1880s. It might feel like it at times, but no. Alright, it's down to 430. So we've taken 70 health off. Hey, what's it do? Kim and Jax with a trivia question. Kim and Jax, your trivia question is... What term, derived from the Latin word rapier, is used to describe eagles, hawks, and other birds of prey? What term, designed from the Latin word R-A-P-E-R-E, is used to describe eagles, hawks, and other birds of prey? No idea. You probably know, though. Raptor! That is correct, Aradawa. The raptor. 432. Alright, 410. Alright, jeez. Aradawa here while we're waiting. Correct. Oh no. Alright, we have not made much more progress. Goose, thanks for the nuke.
Rubio.
1 second. Okay, we knocked up about 40 health there that time. Okay, MC, your trivia question. 4 of a kind is worth more than a full house in poker. True or false? 4 of a kind worth more than a full house. True. Correct. It is true. Four of a kind is one of the most highly ranked cards in poker. Right, 348. Can I chop these? No.
Rubio.
Apophis Doom coming in with the trivia question. Free for all. Okay, let's go for one of the yellow cards. Beaten only by flush and a royal flush. Straight flush and a royal flush. Okay, your question. In which country is home to Europe's Disneyland? This may not even exist anymore. Which country was home to Europe's Disneyland, which may or may not still be a thing? Free for all, so anybody can answer that question. It is a thing. Okay, France. France is correct. Paris is not a country. But France is correct. Correct, everybody that said France. I realized that as soon as I typed it. It was already, by then, too late. Oh wow, oh, he just bounced me straight out. Yeah, but still hit return anyway. This fight's gone on long enough. Why does he need 500 health? This dude should have like 200 health. For a fight like this, he should have 200 health. Can I shoot him with an arrow? Nope. Foxboy, never heard it before. Never heard it. Trivia question for me? Sure, shoot. Take more damage. It's true. How old is Origin? He was... have entered now, no longer return. If you're trekking across island cliffs, Alps to Ocean Trail, you can see some big limestone rocks that resemble which animal? I don't know. A lion. A lion or a tiger? Stupid thingy. An elephant. I would never have guessed that. I don't know, like when he's hitting the ground like that. Oh, he's come out. I don't know if when he's hitting the ground like that, if I'm supposed to Get close to him or what? The only native elephant in New Zealand. Oh, he's gone back in. Okay. Is that in New Zealand? I know nothing about New Zealand. Alright, calm down. Okay, we're not doing any damage at the moment. And he 8:30 and you low-key want to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed. It's only 8:30. Right, down to 1:30. What? It's me searching Google for unpopular overweight New Zealand politicians so I can make an elephant joke. Luxon. Lexi Babe sealed the deal.
Trivia!
All tucked in. Q-Boy droid with the trivia. Hang on, let me just wait for him to do his thing again and get dizzy. Gary Brownlee? Not really anymore. Alright, he's down under 100. This is a free-for-all question. Which television series had an annual Treehouse of Horror Halloween special? That's too easy. The Simpsons. Simpsons is correct. That one way too easy. Couldn't tab out of Minecraft fast enough. Ah, it's the Simpsons. It's the Simpsons. Alright, he's come back out again. Poor tree. He would only chill, but then Wiggly came in and interrupt the peace the tree had. There can be no peace for the tree. Okay, he's down to 30. Right, he's at about 30. $18.9. The Lorax. I'm sure the Lorax isn't watching. It's okay. 11.1 I saw. 4.6. 2.79. Missed. Missed. Okay, so this time we should be able to kill him. Finally be able to fell this tree. Ow! Okay, major point. I got him! That fight is still way too long. And somehow I got 4 slime balls out of that. And a Starlit Crusher loot bag. Alright, let's open that up. GG's!
That's not how you make porridge.
We're not making porridge. Nature Arc provides 3 extra hearts. That's if I didn't have the armor that I had on, that would have been nearly impossible. All right, let's see if we can mine up some of this stuff now. Yep. Sure can. Brush British paints. Sure can. The arc tab? Oh, in there? Oh, I already put it away. Remember that paint ad? Brush British paints. Sure can. Shame that guy was... Yeah, he did a little finger tap on the top. It was Rolf Harris, who, it turns out, bit of a terrible human being. Right. So blue skies, not blue skies. Blue's clue skies. So that guy, a nature arc. An ethereal arc. So what does that give me? A 10% movement speed increase and 3 extra hearts. Okay, so we accidentally found this boss. I would say now that we could probably just smash our way out of here. Oh. Maybe not so much. Okay. In that case, you go back there, you go back there. At this stage, I'm just trying to leave. I'm heading straight for the nearest wall so that I can just leave. I'm gonna make like a tree and get out of here. We did it! There's windows. That's a good point. Oh look, there's even a top. Covered in trees. Nice. Alright, so that's blue skies then, I guess. Did we... We did, yes. We fought that boss. Find the Nature's Dungeon within Everbright. You can't miss it. It's huge. Gather some Nature's Dungeon keys within the maze of the structure to unlock the boss fight. Chop him down. You can trade with the gatekeeper in case you can't find all the keys, but only after you right-click the gate for the boss fight. Okay. Crushing Hammer we got. And the Nature Arc. Okay, so that's the bosses in there done. So the Alchemist is the Guardian of the Everdawn Tower. Find the Alchemist boss fight. Collect some blinding dungeon keys. Okay, so there's another boss fight. Just Kool-Aid Man's his way out. Hey, we got to get out somehow. Oh yeah. Right. So there's another tower here somewhere. Like an ostrich. I made an ostrich map. Okay, so it's obviously not that tower because we've done that. And we've done that. So let's go looking. There's another tower in Everbright. Everdawn. Wherever we are. And if we can find a third tower, this will be a boss fight that I haven't done, so I have no experience with this next boss fight at all. Assuming we can find it. How are you guys? Plans for the weekend? Not me. I might watch a movie or something. just there's not enough stuff here. Oh, wait a second. Did we ever... Can we make this yet? We still don't have a soul fragment. I do, Carpy, but in this dimension there's only two structure. Well, there's only one structure in this dimension. Hang on. I will show you. So if we go into here and we look up blue. Oh no, now we got heaps of things. Before that, the only thing I had was the two dungeons. Now I've got a whole bunch of stuff. So what was it called? Was it the Gatekeeper's house? No, it wasn't, was it? It's the Nature Dungeon. Poison Dungeon. Blue Sky's Poison Dungeon cannot be located. Hang on, let's check that again. We're looking for the Everdon Tower. But the tower wasn't on the list. Was it? Guys. We got Dungeon, Bunker, Mountain Plains, Snowy, Dungeon, Brightlands, Village Kamis, guys, Village. Okay, so it's none of those. What if we looked up just Tower? Now we've got lots of stuff. Let's say no. Good friend Lena had them made for her channel. Very pretty. The hearts are pretty cool. Pretty cool. Nice purple hearts. Hey, fishes. Not feeling very confident about finding another tower here, I must admit. Brumble Forest. Let's get ready to brumble. Yeah, there's nothing in the tower thing. I'm gonna like it if it's purple. True. Oh, I thought that said Purple Highland for a second there. The glasses. I was remembering the other day a bluegills. I was remembering the other day a Billy Connolly thing where he said that he was talking to his dad, and his dad was getting quite old. He was talking about how he keeps losing his glasses. He can never find his glasses. So he told his dad, just as a joke, oh, you can get prescription windscreen for your car now. You know, you can get prescription windscreen glass for your car. But he was facing away from his dad when he said it. So his dad didn't know that he was telling a joke. And thought that he was serious, so he started telling all of his friends and stuff about this prescription windscreen that you could get. And Billy Connolly kept having to put it off, you know, and tell him, oh, I can't find the magazine that I saw the ad in, but, you know, like, if I find it, I'll let you know. And anyway, eventually his father died, and it came time to selling his father's car. He remembered that conversation that he had with his dad. And he said that he started laughing because all he could picture was, you know, his dad sitting in the car. No, someone coming to buy the car, right? Someone coming to buy the car, and they come and sit in it, and they have to squint when they're sitting in there. Oh, I don't know what it is about this car, but every time I get in, I get this tremendous headache. And then he thought about his dad, like his poor dad, driving down the street. And he would have had somebody coming the other direction. And there would have been this humongous dude. His face all blown up because of the amount of magnification he needed on his glasses. That made me laugh. Oh, I see. That's like a big hammer and that's a book. That makes sense in context. Although I wonder if what we should do... Hey, Dee Dee. Wonder if we should put those down here. I think that would make more sense down here. They're just called display stands, Carpy. I believe they are from supplementaries, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. It's true. I have been wrong before. And now I don't have a netherite pickaxe because I used them. Okay, what have we got? I don't even have a diamond one. Oh, I do have a diamond one. That'll do. And we never did get that soul fragment. Thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken. Okay, so I'm going to take this down. Everbright ended up in the middle of an ocean, more than 1,000 away to land. Luckily for me, I can fly. Hmm? That's new. Weird. Okay, so we need a couple more cut tufts. And an archwood log, the blue one, please. Nice, okay. Alright, so let's have a look at this display stand again. They are from the statues mod. That you, bro? Oh, thanks, Dee Dee. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Go and start setting this up. Back for that. Okay. So, let's put these every 3 blocks. We'll start with the smallest statue first. And it bugs me that spider, when you get the spider statue, it hangs on the top there like that. It bugs me, man. It bugs me. Alright, let's go get the rest of the display stands. We got no more room. How many more would I like? 2 more. Ow! bug. It's not a bug, it's a feature. But MC Wolfcat, thank you for setting a man on fire. A zombie statue. Creeper. What was that sound? I don't know what that sound was. It sounded important, whatever it was. You can live there, and then we'll give you that to hold on to. You can go away. So can you. So can you. So can you. So can all of you. And so can you. Alright, Blazes. The mod that has the statues is very imaginatively, Lexi, called Statues. Oh no. God. Oh, stop doing that. Okay. Was again. A witch. A witch on your way. And Ravager. Then we got the Evoker. We've got room for 2 more statues. But we will also, in the meantime, put these along the wall. Oh, is that the simulation machine? There's nothing in it though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we do 3 like that. Snow Queen is last, right? Yeah, Snow Queen is last. Ravager will look better at the end. It is sort of sticking out a little bit, right? What I might do is I'll remove this guy. He's too big. Maybe he needs to... Because it's too wide. We would have to have 2 display stands there. But he does look better that way. Couple-licious. And the Hydra. Hail, Hydra. Okay, now, if we look in here for statue, got more zombies, got another pillager, another evoker. See, that was on my left. Is it you? Maybe it's this dude. Pillager next to Ravager, and then the evoker's got to be down there too. That'll do. Looks better than it did. I've made everything so even. So that means, like, if I wanted to rebuild the thing down here, it would be the wrong way around. Rhino thing at the end now looks like he has a tiny rhino standing next to him. That is, the scale is correct. Put the Ravager sideways across the 2. We could try that too. His head definitely sticks out far enough that we could see how that looks. Nah. So yeah, that scale for the Ravager is correct. It would be that big. It's if his feet were over, I think it would look okay. But there you go. That feels more like a hallway of stuff. You want to put the evoker next to him? But then I'd have two villagers. I think that feels okay. We need to get more statues. Hey there, Corbina. How you doing? Kia ora, kia ora. Kia ora, bro. All goods? Good to hear. Get this thing going. I think it looks better there than it did. Makes more sense. Actually pretty happy with how that floor turned out too. That looks like I meant for it to look that way. Right, what else do we have that we can do quickly? Cartwright, structures and dungeons. So 5 soul fragments. In Blue Skies there are 4 bosses to defeat. We've done 2 of them. And several dungeons to explore. You can find random tunnels that lead down to dungeon rooms. These will spawn in armored frost spirits to kill. Collect a few of these for souls. Okay, so that's what we need to do then. We need to find random tunnels. Frostbite spear, hang on. Pretty sure we have frostbite spear. Oh, we don't, because that's not actually a spear, right? Right, it's not a frostbite spear. Frostbite spear. What? Oh, they have to be frostbite sticks. Right, we're going back in. We're going back in once more. Everbright. Okay, so we're going to look for, it said a random tunnel, and we need frostbite. That's starlit log. Spear is the favored weapon in Blue Skies. It can be enchanted and works as a nice ranged weapon for the enemies you face. So it has to be frostbright stick, which comes from a frostbright log. And these are starlit. So what are these? Blue bright. Learn that while we're here, eh? Okay, so we're looking for a different type of thing, but we're also looking for a tunnel that leads us down into a village. No, not a village, a dungeon, a fungeon. That's blue bright again. Need a different log. An interesting. Oh, is that a tunnel? Are you a tunnel? Tunnel. Oh man, agree with their name. Everything in this dimension is really blue. Very, very blue. So something that isn't blue would be nice to find. Even the animals are blue. There's lumps that looks like cobbles. Are they wood? They're like the big giant stones. I think they're all cobble. Oh, well. Yeah, I think they're meant to be just big stones, basically. I've picked a different direction to head in. Okay, that's a different biome. Midday shore. Okay, well, that's definitely not leading us anywhere that's helpful. You know, it would be cool, like a picture of a screenshot of the type of thing that we're looking for. When it says there are tunnels above the ground, like, that a tunnel? It's probably not the type of tunnel. Frostbright. Why is Frostbright so hard to say? And type, apparently. They're sort of sprucey. A little bit more pattern in the log. They look definitely more brown than any of these. Did accidentally find a village earlier. Sapling has white/crown leaves. Like that. B to B transition. Frostbright is easy. Frostbright. Frostbright. Keep stumbling over it. Okay, this is snowcap mushroom. We've already done that tower. Just looking at these not saplings, at the trees down here. We just want to see if anything looks different. So far, no good. Okay, there's another village. Oh, very small village, this one. There's a blue bright. No cap oven. Got nothing in here for me. Nothing in there either. Just this one's place. Anything? Oh, wait. I'll take your blue bright sticks. I'll take them off your hands. Alright, let's keep going this way. To look up. It's true. I do forget to look up sometimes. Like a pig, you know, pigs can't look up. We also are meant to be keeping an eye out for what the quest book described as tunnels. It did have tunnels in quotes though, so you know, so what exactly counts as a tunnel? Is there something that indicates that it is a tunnel? More so than just being a hole, like a natural hole in the ground? Okay, there's a bit more snow. There's another one of those towers, which we've done. Another village. Slightly different village. Starlit stuff. Nothing in there. Oh, a new animal. Looks like reindeer. Huh? Reindeer. What do you got for me? Pine fruit and some wool. Rhinestone. Oh, look. Look how bright that looks, right? That smoker sticking out like that. It looks so, like, bright because everything else is so monotone. It is an igloo, you're right. Sorry. Oh, there's nothing in here anyway. Never mind. What? Hey! I got that quest that I've been trying to do. That one there. Found only within the crystal dunes. Tools were made from this ink will auto smelt. Okay, so let's... Hold up, Hosey. Let's get the nature's compass. And we're looking for dunes. The crystal dunes. There are crystal dunes. It's still looking. 3,500 blocks. Maybe we should just do an RTP while we're in here. There is only one of them, Northartica. Only one. That's alright though, we only needed one. This thing's still looking, it's at 4,500. $5,000 blocks now? What a scam. What a scam. That EMC production is wonky. Okay, I'm gonna say that there isn't any and we can cancel that. Then we're gonna RTP. We're gonna attempt to RTP. Where have we RTP'd to? I've RTP'd into a void. Oh, hang on. Okay. It's beginning to load. I may have asked it to do too much at a time. Probably still trying to locate. Let's use our X-ray vision while we have it. Anything look dungeony down here to you? Doesn't look really dungeony to me. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. Let's do F3 and A. No, didn't help. You guys seen any brown logs? They'll stand out quite a lot. They're brown. Slash home. Oh, look, everything's... all the colors are popping. Everything's popping. Alright, what's that? Oh, your trivia question. H. Potter, your trivia question is... how many months of the year have the letter B in their name? How many months of the year have the letter B in their name? Very tough metal that packs a punch. Is on the slower side. This is great for weapon. Alright. We need 5 soul fragments. Random tunnels that lead down into dungeon rooms. 4. H. Potter says 4. Sorry, but that is incorrect. Oh, tactical. I'm in a menu. Oh, okay. It's like, what's going on? They're just hanging out. Everything's going really slow. I might have to save and restart. 5 is correct. There are 5 months. Okay, everything else is going really slow. Hang on, let me save and quit, and then we'll come back in. Yep, February, September, October, November, and December. 5 months. Just one. It's Barry. The month of Barry. Can't count. Alright, Dee Dee, neither can I. So hopefully this fixes things and things run more smoothly. Hopefully it actually loads in. Oh, it's loading in. Can't count, but you throw the best parties. Always count on you for a quality stream. Thanks, Aradowa. Okay. Oh, jeez. Alright, hey, they're moving at a proper speed. Look how colorful they look. Okay, wait, before we do anything, let me get in here. I'll take my armors off. And then we'll do this again. Thank you, Dee Dee, for 100 bits. And Tactical Platypus also for your 100 bits too. Thank you so much. Okay, they're made out of sterner stuff. They're not dying. Got him. Whoa. My health is actually going down. Skills. Skills. Oh, hang on, let's clean that up. Bit of blood on the floor there, excuse me. Or some over here before too. Never mind those. Oi, there you go. I'm anonymous. Oh, juice. An anonymous gifter coming in with 5 gifted subs and kicking up a hype train. I don't know why they came through as 5 individual subs, but we'll take it. Hang on. Close the door. Oh, I didn't close the door. It's hype train time though. Welcome everyone to the hype train. Your chance to get yourself some free emotes. Oh, Big Al with 500 bits. Hang on, close the door. Close it. Keep them trapped in. Thanks, Big Al, for the 500 bits. But yes, that's right. 100 bits or more gets you into the hype train. You can spawn some mobs on me, give you a real bad time. Also, score yourself some free emotes. That's right. Free for the low, low price of 100 bits or more. Also, any subs or gifted subs also contribute to the hype train. Lord Zion, how you doing? And the higher the donations, the worse the mobs and the more of them. 1,000 bits, for example, is real bad news. We saw that yesterday. Oh, hey, we're seeing it today. Thanks, Dee Dee, for 1,000 bits.
Time. Let's go, folks.
It's party time. Let's go, folks. Numinal. Oh, Gotharnica gifted a sub to Numinal Angel. Oh, the OPG coming in with 1,000 bits. First time chatter, 1,000 bits. Thank you. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Oh god, it's Evokers. It's Evokers. What? Okay. What? And don't forget, you can also, using channel points, spawn in helper mobs, and only during a hype train. It's exclusively during the hype train. Right, we're gonna try and get rid of these dudes because they spawn in Vexes, and Vexes mess me up. Hey, Wolfie. Oh, get away from my paint. Oh. Big Al, 30 seconds of weakness. That would not have helped. Oh, yeah. Thank you so far for the hype train stuff. Also worth noting, if we make it to level 4, wow, if we make it to level 4 of the hype train, some special mobs will spawn in, which help us out at hype train time. They are immortal dogs, and they will attack and assist in our cleanup efforts. The evokers are behind me. Behind me! Behind me! Ah! Wow, that was nasty. So yes, jump on in. Help out. Come on. I think... Oh, MC spawned in a helper mob. Thanks, MC. Get in the corner there. Oh, wow. If you're wondering what does spawn in, there's a list of them underneath. Oh! Big Al with 1,500 bits. Thanks, Big Al. What did you get? It's more villagers with axes. Yeah, if you're wondering, underneath the stream, there's a list of what spawns in at what amount. I think I hit the dog. Whoops. Oh, MC's gone. MC, no. He was so young. Okay. We might be in trouble here. There's quite a lot going on. Oh, there you go. That'll help a little bit. Thanks, Cuboid. Cuboid for the lightning strike. The fire out, Chief. No, no. Ah. Oh, man. There's another dog there. Lord Zion, thank you for the helper dog. I saw you. Alright, I want to try and get the evokers first if I can. Because they are magic and therefore evil. But... what? What is that? Oh, Big Al, giving us up to Nerd Gamer. But... thanks, Big Al. That gets us across the line. Okay, across the line. Level 3 is complete. Is level 3 complete though? Okay. Oh, it is. There we go. There are the wolves. Wait, jeez. Okay, the immortal wolves are here. All right. So one of these is a bits conductor, and one of them is a subconductor. Skelly, thank you for the help. Right. So anyone that drops bits should now become the bit conductor, and then the dog will be renamed to you. Same thing if anyone does a sub. But these dogs are now here to help out for the rest of the train. It's working just like it worked yesterday. I'm so pleased. Oh, hang on. Still an evoker in the corner. So, any bits over 100 gets you on the dog. Any sub or gifted sub gets you on the other dog. What? Or they just get named Wolf. Wolf and Wolf. No, no. Ah. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Good. Okay. Now we can feel free to die in peace. 3.5 minutes left in the train. MC with another helper mob. Thank you, MC. MC, you've died already. That was quick. Oh, Dee Dee! Dee Dee with 1,000 bits. That means one of the dogs.
Party.
There it is.
More fun times.
One of the dogs has been renamed to Dee Dee. Thanks, Dee Dee. Not letting me spawn a helper mob. Keep saying something went wrong. There is a 1 minute cooldown. Oh, Skelly's dead. There's a 1 minute cooldown on them. So I know MC just redeemed one. Oh, Taliano with 100 bits. So you may have just got unfortunate timing, is my guess. Top of the morning to you, Patty. How you doing, dude? What? Speed potion? Okay, I can see there's another evoker here. We have to target the evoker. Oh man, I just cleaned that floor. There's more blood there. Nobody wants the sub dog. Hey, no. What? Oh, I crashed. Unfortunate. Dee Dee, I crashed. 10 gifted subs. Thanks so much, Dee Dee. Yep. Straight back to desktop. It'll be that same error that we always get. Index 2, out of bounds for length 2. Should be able to just fire it straight back up though. Thanks Dee Dee for 10 gifted subs. That completes level 4. If that didn't work, we'll rerun it. We're now 42% of the way to level 5? Is that right? I think that's right. Hey, oh, white screen, sorry. Check out old Mr. Purple Wiggly down the bottom corner. Purple and pink, he is walking our way across the screen. If he makes it to the other side, that means that the hype train is over. If we pass a new level, then he will slide all the way back to the left side. Sick all week here, just got back to my PC yesterday and happy to see you all. Good to see you too, Patty. I hope that you're feeling better. And that your betterness continues to be better. Right. Alright, come on, Mo Yang. Look, he's walking across. Let's go back. Single player, load world. Site has returned. Sorry about the white screen. I should warn everyone. White screen incoming. Still got 3 minutes 20 left in the hype train. I wonder if I should flip that image around so it looks like he's doing a moonwalk across the screen instead. Come on, reading world data. Here it comes. Hopefully all of those mobs actually spawned in. Thanks Dee Dee once again for the 10 subs. Nice time today when I win the Euro Million tonight. Nice, Patty. You got any plans for the million? You both have it random between the two. 130 million. That's the kind of money you don't need plans for. You just do whatever you want. Okay. Looks like the mobs didn't spawn. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go... and respawn. Sorry. Thanks, Dee Dee, for the 10 subs. There we go. Everything everything seems to be... That's more like what we wanted to see. Oh, dear me. You deaded. That's right, Amos. I am deaded. Several times over already. So Dee Dee is now both of the immortal dogs. Skelly spawns in a helper. Thanks, Skelly. But just disappear off the face of the earth. Irish King Paddy will finally be above the law. Wow, okay, that didn't go very well. Yes, help out, mobs, help out. Oh, I think I got killed by a Vex. Squiddy got a sub at some point. Okay. Yes, Dee Dee, get them. Yes. Yes, Dee Dee's. I love how the dog stood there and watched, then came in for the killing blow at the last minute. Like, can I bite him? Maybe I'm supposed to be biting that dude. Yes. Yes, dog. Yes, you are. That's your whole purpose. You pass the butter. Okay. Ah, I thought I was doing okay there. Man, this room is just full of death and destruction. Wait. Okay. Oh, the dogs are cleaning house down here. That's it. The train is over. Something hit me in the butt. Level 4 complete. 42% of the way to level 5. Let's have a look at who did what. It was... Ooh. Was my telephone making sound. Okay, let's see. Tactical Platypus kicking us off with 100 bits. Then Dee Dee, also 100 bits. Then we have an anonymous gifter gifting 5 subs. They went to Our Jordan Savior, Elder Wolf, DJU, Mementh, Talking Retired. Then we got Big Al with 500 bits. Dee Dee with 1,000 bits. The OPG used 1,000 bits as well. Thank you very much. Brand new to the channel. Big Al used 1,500 bits. Thank you very much. Big Al with a gifted sub to Nerd Gamer. Dee Dee used another 1,000 bits. More party, more fun times. Thank you, Dee Dee. Carleona with 100 bits as well. And Dee Dee finishing things off with a gift, 10 gifted subs. They went to Squid Eater, Young Rello, Shadow Crown, Shadow C64, Ahonara, Cruise Control for Cool, High Life, SW Harbinger, Eve Hype, and Banana King. Well done. Thank you so much for the hype train. Is there anybody left? Yeah, there's plenty left. Gonna get the evoker. Oh, still one of the original evokers from way back. Don't just stare at it. Kill it. Ah! Kill it. Okay, he's out of town. Right, that one's done. Oh, we didn't even recruit Kim and Jax into the fold for that one. No! Yes! Okay, now I feel like I just saw a Vex go past. Oh, there's still this dude up here. And Goth gifted a sub too. Did you? Oh, you did! You gifted a sub to Numenal Angel. Sorry, I missed it. I'm sorry, Gothartica. I apologize. I missed it. One of the dogs needs food. Oh, the one with the tail down. It's fine. There's not much we can do about that. Those dogs will despawn soon. Anybody hiding in here? Look how dark it is without my night vision on. Okay, no, I think we're all good. Everything has been cleared out. Look at all those power plants. Look. How many daisies has Wiggly pushed up? Get your 400 or less, 450 or more. Actually, that's fairly difficult to tell. Good call. Who did that prediction? That's a good one. The reason for that, Generic B, by the way, oh, I can't put those in there. They belong in here. Is because we have the power. No, not the power thing. We have the thing that does the thing. That's helpful. We got a wireless refined storage thing that goes across dimensions, and it uses 8,000 RF a tick. So we needed several. We needed several things to fix that up. I think, by the way, whoever's betting on this, I think that the guess is for total 400 or less, 450 or more. That, I mean, let's say 400 or less total, or 401 or more total. Because if it was between 400 and 450, then nobody's predicting. Get your bets in, people. Yeah, you gotta put big money on 450. I mean, even if you put like a small amount on 450, you'd get a big return, right? There you go. There you go. All right, here we go. So how many times have we died in total? Number of deaths. 398. Oh, 398. So Generic B is going to win like 20 points. It's 398. If it had only been 3 more. 3 more. Just missed it. Okay, we need to order these by name. So how many times did we die there? 75. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 70 deaths in that hype train. Phew! Almost lost 10,000 points. Congratulations to the winners. How many daisies has Mr. Wiggly pushed up? And we'll turn off the rainbow. All better. Alright. I'm pretty happy with what we've done here, what we've achieved. But, yeah. Disappointed that we couldn't run the ritual for the doohickey. Doohickey thing. Just check quickly if there is anything lying around. You won 1 channel point. Yay! Oh, wait. I got another grave somewhere. If I find that tree, no. Can I ask you a question? What is that? Obtain a Vindicator statue. Oh, we got a new statue. Perfect. Saving it, not spending it. Oh, you're not allowed. Yeah, some countries aren't allowed to predict with channel points. Because it's gambling. Yeah, the statue room is looking pretty sweet. I wanted to have them like in a little glass plinth so that, you know, like the glass thing sat on top of them, but it wouldn't let me. Okay, so these need to go into there. Structure compass out of here. This is going to go back up on the wall. Place that there. Oop. There. Perfect. Okay. How long we got? We got half an hour left. We did something in here, obviously. Killed 25 evokers. Atomic alloy, nice. Something missing here. What should we do? What is Those Were the Days? Gotta be something to do with the Nether Fortress. Let's go to the Nether. Nether Fortress. I did not put a thing down for Nether Fortress. Okay, so be it. Let's just go to the Nether manually. The old-fashioned way. Hub-de-hub has awoken nearby. Hub-de-hub. Okay, now, map-wise... If I remember correctly, we had to RTP to find one. Let's have a hunt around anyway. A compass? Yeah, I think I will. Oh, hello. How long has this thing been here? What are you? Soul Vulture. I want one of these to spawn just to see what it looks like. Oops. Okay, let's get our structure compass back out. Oh, whoops. Oh, there he is. Oh, it's like a vulture. Like, literally a vulture. Ah! That's kind of cool. Look at you. Oh. Advancement made. Fetch me their souls. We have a look in here. What is this thing? Right, have it your way, building. Right, we got a bunch of stuff. Now I can make a dank dock. That's what I've been waiting for that this whole time. That concrete. I may have already had it. I'm guessing there's probably like a pathway through here that you're meant to walk down, but eh. And those, thank you. What are you looking at? Nothing, that's what I thought. That's pretty cool. That is a pretty cool building. Kind of hoping there'd be more in here, but... The Blackstone Stairs spawner. Wraith spawner. Alright, what do you have for me? Nothing. And a little bit more nothing. Yeah, that's a cool building, but... Wasted potential, I think, is fair. The wraiths look so depressed. Ah, I'll put my thingy away. My guitar. Okay. It's a shame. Great looking build. Nothing in it. Right, structure compass. We are looking for nether. Not nether fossil. Fortress. Minecraft fortress. Select. Search. 1688 blocks away in that direction. Let's go. Brimstone cabbage. You can barely read that. Too much brimstone. I made the advancement radioactive. That's not worrying at all. What is that, by the way? Enter the nuclear wastelands of the toxic heap. How many sung the song when it came up? Radioactive. Radioactive. 600 blocks away. The fog in the nether may be a little bit too... Now it's gone pink. Sang the 80s song. I was trying to think, didn't Britney Spears have a radioactive song, but she did Toxic. Oh, we've gone past it. Was too busy thinking about Britney Spears. Found it. Okay, that's where a blaze spawner is meant to be, right? That's where a blaze spawner should be. All right. Most of that we can't use. Let's put the stuff away. I do like what they've done with the nether fortress, like, you know, giving it different bricks and having different, you know, like the gold there and stuff. A little bit of lighting in the middle of it. I think that it just breaks them up one by the firm. I don't think I know it. Not by the name. Yeah, it just breaks it up a bit. It makes it less samey, you know, like everything is the same. So many dimensions are full of things that are just the same thing. So having anything that breaks it up a bit, and this, it's even if all they had done was just added the red nether bricks next to the nether bricks, it just makes such a big difference in here. Oh, so even that's a nice subtle touch. Change the stairway to use a lava thing, but through the middle of it instead. I like it. Okay, nothing down that way. Oops. I ran directly into that. That's the danger. Yeah, the nether wart around the stairs there looked nicer. A bit more sort of going on. And nothing out here. Oh, sorry, we don't allow links here. HK. Thank you, though. Nice try. Okay, is that the whole fortress? That appears to be the whole fortress. That's the whole thing. Alright, now. Can we search for a new one? Okay, there is another one in that direction. That's one thing I like about this compass, is that you can tell it to look for a different one. Yeah, that's what you get. Yep, got nothing to shoot with. Now, Carpy, when you say, what mod is that one from? Are you referring to the dungeon itself? Or the compass? It is just called Structure Compass mod. But yeah, the other Structure Compass that I know of, at least I believe, doesn't let you like do another search, like a second search. If you get it wrong, that's it. Too bad. Yeah. So this one, if you find something, you can just hit the search again, and then it will go and find another one. Which I think is cool. Okay, so how do we get that advancement? Those were the days. Maybe if we look up L? Nether. For those were the days. There it is. Enter a bastion remnant. Okay, so we can do that. Bastion. Ooh. I wish you could just double click to select something though. Okay, 1778 blocks away. Yeah, so I do think this, as far as structure compasses go, this one does seem to be a better one, but it could do with a tweak or two. 4 types of bastion. Good luck. Hopefully this one is the one that we want. We'll just get it straight off the bat. Yeah, so like I think that with this particular structure compass, if you could double click on an item, we've explored one of these. Yeah, if you could double click on the map, on the item that you want, instead of having to click it and then press select and then exit, I think that would be better. And just like a slightly different design. Wouldn't have to be massively different, just slightly different. Did it. Yeah, some quality of life stuff. Oh, I got some iron ore. Thanks for that. Because it's just a compass. Oh, whoops. See, now, like, if I've relocated and now I have to wait for the cooldown, then I shift right-click it. But now I can't click in there. I have to click away. I can't hold down backspace to backspace it out. That's another thing. And yeah, so like the ancient mines, right? Like I should be able to double click it, but I can't. I have to go select and then exit and then right click. But it's a lot quicker than the other one that I used. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Nice one. Anyway, put that away. I think we've done pretty well. We've got 6 hardened reactors in this room. Which I'm fairly happy with how this room looks. Got our trophy room down the end of the hallway. Got our 1 villager and our easy villager summoning trading thing for trading and summoning. And he wants 17 soul fragments. We couldn't even find a second one. I think we're going to wrap up a bit early today. It's only a couple of minutes. Like 5 minutes early. Go find somebody to raid. Whom shall that be? Let's look. We got the unknown dad. I said radioactive by the firm in the music channel. Thanks, Big Al. I will have a listen to it. And I have a funny feeling I'll know what it is. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Who else have we got? Is there anyone doing modded specifically? Hey, Mr. Wiggly's doing modded. I don't know, Carpy. I don't know. How about a Project Ozone 3? Someone's doing a Project Ozone 3. Found a small dungeon that spawned things that when they died spawned a small thing that dropped the souls. Ah, yeah, Dee Dee, that would be... hang on. That would be... this little thing. That's a frost spirit. So we were looking for this, the Polargeist. Couldn't find the place that led to this. And I think that spawns... sometimes spawns this dude. Yeah. But I couldn't find that. Alright, this guy's got a goal, a follower goal of 400 and he's at 396. So we're going to go over to him and hang out. And if you like what you're seeing over there, then please do hit the follow button. Make sure I'm spelling that correctly. I am. Okay, so please do jump in over there. Hit follow if you like what you see over there. If you would like to, I don't know what the rest of that sentence was going to be. But thanks for hanging out. Thank you for sticking around with this pack. I think we're probably going to come back with a new one on Monday. We'll figure it out. But thank you so much for hanging around after the raids today. Thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you for the normal subs. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for lurking. If all you did was lurk, I appreciate you all. Have an excellent weekend. We'll see you guys on Monday. Thanks again. Happy weekend. Bye now. Bye.